Ice Forum in Champlin for CTN's live coverage of girls high school hockey. Tonight, a Northwest Suburban Conference showdown as the Champlin Park Rebels host the newly formed Spring Lake Park Coon Rapids Catbirds. Joe Young, Howie Shapiro up above the action. Howie, we got a chance to see the Catbirds in action on Tuesday. A nice win for them over Andover and a 2-0 start on the season.
Yeah, without a doubt, and it is an interesting mix because now we're seeing some girls that we didn't see last year because obviously they mixed the two teams together. But I like the way they came out. I like the way after falling behind 2-1, they came out and scored 3 goals, and they did hang on to win. That also is a plus. This will be an interesting game tonight against Champlin Park.
Well, and the Rebels come in. They only have one game behind them, a 2-1 loss at the hands of Mounds View. They gave up a goal on a 5-on-3 and then another on a breakaway to a player that is headed for UMD. So Coach Colt is pretty confident, felt pretty good about the way his team played. He was there on Saturday or on Tuesday to scout the Coon Rapids Spring Lake Park game against Andover. And he said, we'll have our hands full, but I think we can give them a great game.
Yeah, and the game against Mounds View, Jim Colt has told me, he said, we had our chances and we just couldn't capitalize. Mounds View, a very good team. So, yeah, you're right. He had nothing to hang his head about. He knows coming in here, this will be an interesting team. Very excited to play this team because, he's played both Spring Lake Park Course and Coon Rapids. Thinks that the mix of girls is really good for this team.
Well, and so far, great offense for the Catbird squad. 5 goals in each of their first 2 games. One of the big catalysts on Tuesday night against Andover, Brina Del Castillo, a hat trick in that contest.
Yeah, she already has 5 points on the season in those first 2 games. She is a catalyst on this team. She is one of the leaders. They look for her offensively to get the spark going, and she did against Andover, and they're looking to do the same against Champlin Park.
Well, and for the Rebels, just 1 goal, but again, against a very good Mustang squad in that season opener, and they've got a number of seniors out front leading the way. They're going to look for a little bit more offense, especially if they have to try and keep pace with the Spring Lake Park and Coon Rapids club that has scored 5 apiece in each of their first 2 games.
Yeah, and one of the leaders on the ice for Champlin Park is Kaylee Martinson. She's one of those seniors. She is a captain, and she definitely they rely on her to lead the way, and she's going to give the Catbirds all they can handle here tonight.
Well, and we will see which team is able to get off to the quicker start. It's a matinee affair here at the Ice House. The Cardinals, or the Catbirds and the Rebels, take the ice next, live on CTN.
Oh, hi. I'm TV's Howie Shapiro. And when I'm not announcing CTN sports broadcasts with my sidekick, Joe Yen, I'm watching all the other great programs on the CTN Studios YouTube page. There's news stories, great local events, and even full games. You can even watch on any smart device with a YouTube app. Whether that's your phone or a tablet, you can watch CTN's great programming wherever and whenever you want. You can even watch CTN's event coverage live. So no matter where you are, you can share in all the excitement. CTN Studios, building community through cable.
Back at the Ice Forum in Champlin, just about ready to get this one underway. The Spring Lake Park Coon Rapids squad trying to make it 3 in a row to start the season. Champlin Park looking for its first victory in their conference opener this afternoon as they host the new conglomerate. Let's take a look at the starters for tonight's contest. For the Catbirds, we have Brina Del Castillo in between Mallory Corrigan and Gabby Loma. Brandy Del Castillo and Alyssa Hansen on the blue line. Sammy Miller getting the start between the pipes. It's Kaylee Wood centering the line with Kaylee Martinson and Emily Schwartz for the Rebels. Jordan Trapp and Erica Barrell on defense. And the keeper is Natalie Burgoyne. This one underway, tied up at center. Loma forces it into the Rebel zone, quickly collected and sent back out by Trapp to center. Flipped in on the backhand by Wood. Tracked down behind the net by Hansen for Coon Rapids Spring Lake Park. Tried to wing it around. That was stopped up. There's a trip. And Champlin Park is going to get a very early power play.
Well, that's definitely not how the Catbirds want to start this contest and immediately go on the penalty kill. So take a look at Sandy Nelson. Not her first year coaching, but the first year, of course, coaching the Catbirds. Had an opportunity to chat before the game. She's pretty excited about this contest. She's really excited about the way her squad has started the year out.
Kaylee Wood and Brina Del Castillo set to face it off to the right of the keeper Smith. Face off one. Back to the point. Martinson's shot hit traffic, ends up in the corner. She'll get it back along the boards, let it slide out to the point for Trapp. Trapp back to the near side for Wood. Wood back to Trapp. That was tipped and got back out of the zone. Del Castillo is pressuring, had her stick lifted, and that's going to even it up at 4 apiece as she was taken down on the hook. And Trapp kind of got trapped as she was facing an odd man rush and could not give up that rush, and the speed of Del Castillo causes that penalty.
Well, and the Rebels know they have to be concerned about the speed that she possesses, and again, we saw it last game against Andover, and she really has the opportunity to gain the edge and go around that defense.
So 4-on-4 for 1:40, and then Coon Rapids Spring Lake Park will have a very short power play. Knotted up against the far board. Taking it away is Shuck. She'll chuck it behind the net. Kind of tied up Burrell, but able to get it to the line and out. Played right back in by Hannah Schultz.
Well, Jim Coltis told me what we're going to do tonight. We're gonna pepper the net. We're going to put a lot of pressure on Sammy Miller.
Shuck dumps it in behind the net. Schultz will recover near corner. Slides it up along the boards. Played right back down to her by Hackett. Schultz fanned on the attempt to go back behind the net. Scooped up there by Martinson. Martinson to the top of the circle. On her backhand, she skates around. Now drops it off there for Shuck. Shuck down to Martinson. It got through her stick and played back in behind by Emma Murphy. Back up near side for Lily Hackett. Into the zone, Turnquist tipped off her stick there by Burrell. And poked back out. Here's a chance by Bloomquist, and just getting a piece of it was Burgoyne, and it ends up wide. Shot on, easy stick save. No trouble there for Burgoyne. Tied up along the boards. Turnquist in there with a couple of Rebels. Played back to Brandy Del Castillo. Centering attempt broken up and cleared away by Shuck. And here comes an opportunity down the wing for Martinson. In behind the defense, alone and off the post. I don't know if Smith got a piece of that or not.
I thought it went off her pad.
Definitely went off of iron.
Yeah. At first, I think it may have hit her pad and then off the iron, but nonetheless.
Best opportunity of the night for either squad, and it comes on the breakaway for Kaylee Martinson. Behind the net at the other end, Burrell's pressured by Brandy Del Castillo. The pass deflects up and into the bench. Out of play. Coon Rapids Spring Lake Park on a very short power play here. 15 seconds remaining on that.
There's head coach Jim Coltis. He's been doing it quite a while. Also coaches softball over at Maple Grove, but he's been a good friend to everyone here at CTN, and we certainly appreciate his help and everything he does. And he knows this game, as we talked about in the opening, it's going to be a test for his Rebels.
Yeah, a good guy. I definitely enjoy when we get a chance to do his games. Shot right in on Burgoyne, easy save, and she'll cover it up for another faceoff. Yeah, but I really appreciate it when I ask for lineups and he says, "Oh, I've got it all printed out here for you." Includes stats, including plus minus, totally broken down.
Well, if this job wasn't easy, it just makes it easier for everybody. We appreciate that.
Played all the way down, and Spring Lake Park Coon Rapids forced to retreat all the way into their own end. The penalty is over. Right back on the ice is Trapp, a shot and a goal. She gets her second of the season and once again puts her Rebels on top 1-0.
Now again, that puck came loose and Trapp did a nice job of putting it past Miller. Yeah, and that's exactly what Champlin Park wanted to do here at home. Get on the board first and get an opportunity for the Rebels to play with the lead. And as you mentioned, Jordan Trapp's second goal this season, scored the only goal in that 2-1 loss to Moundsview.
Well, we saw a couple of the goals against Andover on Tuesday night came off of defensive zone turnovers. Exactly the same thing here. Misplayed by Spring Lake Park Coon Rapids in the defensive end, and Trapp makes them pay, beating Smith short side. Poke behind the net by Sutherland. She'll get it back in the corner now. Miller.
I was going to make your mention, but I knew you'd figure it out.
Kept in at the line nicely by Shuck. Recovered by the Catbirds. Hansen turns away from the pressure, looking to go back behind the net. Del Castillo back up along the boards. Hackett to center for Turnquist. Zarate is with her. The pass out front. Zarate couldn't quite get a stick on it. Ends up in the far corner.
Oh, what a nice pass across from Turnquist, and that should have been a goal. But unfortunately, she couldn't capitalize, and that's a nice play to see. That'll come back around again to give him another opportunity.
Pass through center, too far for Colford. Rebels get a quick line change. Here's Hackett trying to cut through. It's tipped off her stick by Wood. Regrouped by the Catbirds, dumped in deep, and they'll get some fresh legs on the ice. Turnquist supplying some pressure behind the net. Shuck plays it up the boards. Kept in at the line by Schultz. Far corner now is Lisney. Can't get it up the board. Spring Lake Park walking in. Shot and a glove save by Burgoyne.
Coach Colt has made mention, Joe, that adding Turnquist and Lily Hackett together gives Coon Rapids a very formidable opportunity offensively, and he made sure he wanted to know that his players need to know where they're on the ice at all points.
Crawford will face off against Kaylee Martinson as Kaylee Wood was chased out of the circle by our officiating staff. It's Trapp heading up the wing. Her pass broken up. Turned around. Crawford couldn't handle it. And into the zone, but offside was Megan Ganlick.
Yeah, again, just couldn't get control of the puck enough to keep it on sides. Just 2 shots apiece for both squads, 1 going in for the Rebels.
Fired in deep by Crawford. Nice turn behind the net by Trapp. Will carry and long pass through center. Martinson in again. A great job by Bloomquist to get a stick on it and poke it away into the corner. Break up a potential breakaway again. Played out to the point, kept in there. Across to Trapp. She'll wind, fire through traffic, and the save is made by Miller.
Yeah, Cardinals, I'm sorry, I did it. Catbirds have to be concerned that they don't want to give up those breakaway opportunities. And again, you talked about watch Bloomquist come in here, and this isn't the play, but before that came in and tied her up and not allowed that opportunity for a shot on goal.
Quick shot and a goal off of the faceoff. Wow. Great movement by Annie Lorenzen. It was tied up at center. Sutherland able to tie up. Del Castillo. Lorenzen came in. She goes top shelf, and the Rebels have a 2-0 lead.
Yeah, again, look at this goal. Very pretty. She's going top shelf. Not much Miller could do about it. And all of a sudden, the Rebels up quickly with 11:53 remaining in the first period, up 2-0. Really putting the pressure on the Catbirds at this point.
Catbirds trying to respond with some pressure, get it in deep, tipped out to the line, kept in there and backhanded in deep by Schultz, out of the reach of Loma. Del Castillo there pressuring, it's up over the glass, out of play. We'll have a face-off in the Champlin Park end.
Well, the one thing we know about this squad, Spring Lake Park Coon Rapids, is they can score goals. 5 goals in each of their 2 games, but you never want to fall behind, and especially early on 2-0. You've got plenty of time, but you want to kind of get some of the momentum back on your side.
Well, and they have not put any pressure really to this point on the opposing goalkeeper, Natalie Burgoyne.
Now, as we talked about, Jim Colton said we just want to put pressure on the net, and hopefully good things will happen. So far, that's been the case.
Covered in the corner, played around by Wood. Far side is Schwartz. She'll skate across the blue line. Trying to spring Martinson again, but too much on that bank attempt. It's an icing call and a face-off back to the left of Burgoyne.
Coach Nelson said, we've had a really good week of practice. After that win at Andover, we've had an opportunity to work on some things coming here on a Saturday afternoon game. And now she's at the point where she's behind by 2 goals, or their squad's behind by 2 goals. So they've said they will continue to work what's been working for them so far in the first 2 games. And they're confident they can score with any team in this conference.
Trap behind the net again. It reverses course to escape pressure, and then left it near side for Stoll. Up the board, but not out. Kept in there by Schultz, and now played out to center off the stick of Lorenzen, who had that last goal for the Rebels. Zarate pokes it out to center. Turnquist will recover. In alone. Backhand and a goal, and the Catbirds are on the board.
Yeah, well, that was so pretty, and she did it all on her own. Did a nice job of faking Burgoyne out and putting the puck in the net. That's all they needed, an opportunity to even this, or to get within a goal here and put a little pressure back now on the Rebels. But just a pretty goal, slip it past Burgoyne.
Had Hackett trying to join the rush a little bit late, but great speed and good pressure from Taylor Turnquist. And she puts it home to cut the lead in half. Schultz stops it up along the boards. She's pressured. Puck bounces up high. Hackett can't gather it in. Sent into the zone by Stoll. Tracked down to the far corner. Murphy tying up. Played out front, and nearly a good chance for the one-timer for Micah Sutherland. Sutherland will flip it back in behind. Murphy first one there. She's pressured by Lorenzen, able to get it out to the line, but not out. Coming out of the corner, a shot and a save by Smith. Stoll sends it back behind. Recovered by Turnquist, and she'll skate up ice. Cuts across at the blue line. Tried to toe drag, tapped away by Trapp. Stopped up near center. Turnquist recovers. Able to skate around a couple of post checks. Avoid another slash. Into the zone. Turns away from the pressure. Cross ice just out of the reach of Murphy. Murphy to the middle. Hackett on the backhand. Nothing on that one. Easily scooped up by Burrell, and she'll carry to center. Burrell dumps it in. Rebels getting a partial line change. Murphy stops it up to the far side. Colford on her back. Flipped along by Williams. And tied up along the near boards. Hackett bumped to the ice, but no call. Into the zone comes Brina Del Castillo. No angle. She'll try the wraparound, and that's not going to get past Burgoyne. We'll have a stoppage with 9:26 remaining here in the first period. The Champlin Park Rebels a 2-1 lead over the Spring Lake Park Coon Rapids Catbirds.
Yeah, the Burgoyne did a nice job of closing off that close side of the net, forcing Del Castillo to go around the other side. But again, the moves and the speed with a number of these players on this Catbird squad, very impressive.
Shuck plays it back behind. Del Castillo there to break things up and get possession. Looking to play to the point, but well guarded. She'll flip it back down in and get it right back. Opportunity, the shot, rebound, still loose. Scooped up there by Emily Schwartz, and she'll skate it out for the Rebels. Along the near wing, tips it past Hansen and recovers deep in the corner. Tries to center, and that's a goal out front. To put it home, I think, was Megan Shuck from her defensive position, joining the rush and finishing it off.
Well, nice job here. Watch her get around Alyssa Hansen, able to set up that pass in front of the net, and just a good job of poking it home past Miller for now the 3-1 lead for Champlin Park.
Stick on the ice in good position, good pass, good goal. And again, a two-goal lead for the home team.
Well, the Rebels are able to breathe a little easier now after giving up that goal and cutting it to 1.
Trapp looking for Martinson. Pass was behind her. She got a piece of it with her skate, so no icing as Murphy recovers for a corner. Puck played to the line, but not out. Kept in there by Burrell. Trying to feed it out front. Stopped up by Loma. Tries to get around the corner on Schwartz. Little stick check slowed her up, but she's able to get it out to center. Burrell sends her right back in. Murphy, a little bit of time as they had to lay it offsides, able to skate it and dump it in. Covered near side by Trapp. She's pressured by Brazier. Played behind the net. Burrell will come away with it for the Rebels. Played it ahead. Turned over. Waiting for the clear was Crawford before getting ridden off along the board. Here comes Martinson back the other way. Cuts to the middle. She's in on a breakaway again. Big save by Miller, and the puck's still loose. She's keeping it out. A lot of bodies, finally a whistle, and that was a humongous save for Sammy Miller.
It really was, because you had a one-on-one break. You can see Martinson come in and take the shot. Miller with the save, able to keep her pads down low. Keep that puck in front of her and make sure she closed that side off, able to bring it in. As you mentioned, a
couple of good opportunities. You see that puck still bouncing around defender. I think that was Hansen that swept it back under her goalkeeper. And that's what eventually got the whistle for the Catbirds. Kept in at the line momentarily, but now out to Turnquist as she heads through center. Nice toe drag, and then bumped off the play. And the puck taken off her stick and played back out to center by Emily Stoll.
Yeah, nice job by Stoll to take the puck off her stick and keep an opportunity for a shot on net.
Turnquist again the toe drag, and didn't get past Megan Schuck this time. Plays it back out to Bloomquist at the point. Shot hits traffic. Rebound shot also blocked. Turnquist a quick shot. Not a lot on it. A centering pass made it all the way through. Hansen applies to rebound, and diving on top of it is Burgoyne.
Oh, Burgoyne did a nice job of making sure she knew where that puck was. She actually just looked behind her to see if it was in the net, but she was able to cover up. And a lot of pressure by the Catbirds here, as she's trying to get it underneath the pads, but Burgoyne does a nice job of staying on top of the puck, forcing the face-off to her left.
Puck played back to the point off the face-off. Shot didn't have a lot on it, and quickly turns into a rush the other way for the Rebels. Poked away there by Emma Murphy. Flipped in on the backhand by Mallory Corrigan. Loma pressuring. Trapp had it momentarily, and we're going to have a penalty coming up. It's going to be a hook against the Rebels, and the Catbirds will have a power play.
Yeah, good opportunity for the Catbirds here to see if they can cut that lead back to 1 on the power play.
Haley Williams, the guilty party. Face off to the right of Natalie Burgoyne. Turnquist will line up for the draw against Micah Sutherland.
Well, Joe, the Rebels already with 12 shots on goal here in this first period. Well,
there were about 3 or 4 during that last little flurry.
Yeah. Well, and that's what Jim Colton said. We want to do everything we can to pepper that net, and they have so far.
Schultz pass had a little too much on it, a little out of the reach of Turnquist. She has to track it down back in her own defensive end. Will set up behind her own net. Pressure coming from Lawrenson. She'll leave it for Hansen. Hansen will play it back across ice. Picked up there by Turnquist. Can't get it through the skates of Sutherland.
And Turnquist going to go.
And again, we see penalties, just too many penalties too early.
No, it takes the
but you can't take the penalty in the neutral zone when you're on the power play.
Yeah, it takes the advantage away from the Catbirds at this point. We'll play 4 and 4 for a minute
they're
and a
going
half.
to give her. They're going to give her a major. They just said 5-minute major for cross-check.
Yeah, she'll be.
That is big.
That is huge. That is really huge. One of the better players on the ice for the Catbirds off for 5 minutes. Assistant coach Matt Mossy talking to our officials.
Wants to get a.
I don't think he agrees with it.
Well, it's one thing to call a penalty. A major's tough.
Yeah.
In this situation, she tries the toe drag, doesn't get it, and it's because it was right there against the boards from behind. There wasn't a lot of force to that hit, and that's a tough one. That's a tough one because of where it is. You turned it over. It's a tough one. They didn't call a check from behind, so it does not automatically carry with it a misconduct penalty.
However,
but a major means that Champlin Park, after a minute 17 of 4-on-4, will have a significant amount of time on the power play, and they can score as many times as they want with that advantage. Kaylee Martinson through center, lost the handle, coughed it up to Schultz. Schultz ahead for Hackett. Hackett Got it right back. A shot and a stick save by Burgoyne.
Yeah, nice move by Hackett, and Burgoyne, fortunately for the Rebels, able to get that stick on it. It'd be a 3-2 score.
Brina battling, using her speed, getting the puck. A shot on Burgoyne, easy save. Not a lot on that. Not a very dangerous opportunity. Hackett able to sweep it through the stick and end up with it, knocking Burrell away, but Burrell effectively keeps her off the puck. Martinson ahead near side for Trapp. Trapp moving up the wing. She has Schwartz with her in the slot. Poked off her stick. Schwartz recovers, sidesteps in, shot, and the save by Miller. We'll have a face-off in the Coon Rapids end with 4:53 remaining.
Well, so far, I like the way the Rebels have created opportunities for themselves. And that's why we stand with a 3-1 lead. And as you mentioned, once that this 20 seconds is off the clock on the Rebel penalty, Champlin Park will definitely have a lot of time to increase this lead.
Puck played to the Champlin Park end, a race for it. Crawford will get there first for the Catbirds, trying to step up. Puck got away from her. Lisney pokes it off to the near board. Loma tying up there with Shuck, trying to center. Back out to the point. Shot hits traffic. The penalty is over, and now a long power play for the Rebels. That puck played too far ahead of Haley Williams will be a icing call and a face-off coming back in the Rebel end.
Yeah, so they'll have 3:22 to work this power play opportunity, will the Rebels. And Joe, as you know, it's certainly can ill afford to give up any more goals, but with this amount of time, with a talented team like Champlin Park, the Catbirds have to be very concerned.
Loma tying up off the draw, able to win it back to the point. Hansen a blast, Burgoyne the save. Recovered by Trapp into the corner, avoids the pressure from Loma. And now a long cross-ice pass, a little handcuff for Wood, but able to control. Wood will skate into the zone. Her shot blocked down by Hansen, and then she runs her over, and that's a dumb penalty, because that is going to take that advantage away again for the Rebels. We've seen a lot of those penalties. You know, some penalties are good penalties to take.
Not that one.
Not that one. This is just frustration, because and you just run into her.
Yeah, you can't do that.
You can't finish it.
No, you can't do that.
You can run into her. You just can't finish it that way.
So they'll have, all in all, at this point, if it stays the way it is, they'll have about 53 seconds with the advantage now with that 2-minute penalty to Champlin Park.
Fifth penalty of this first period, 3 against Coon Rapids, 2 against the Champlin Park Rebels. I take that back. 3 against Champlin Park, 2 against Coon Rapids. Of course, the big 5-minute major against one of the Cardinals' top players is the biggest one so far. But we'll play 4-on-4 for a couple of minutes, and then, as you mentioned, Champlin Park will once again have a short power play. Hansen can't do much but dump it in deep. Hackett there to recover in the corner. Circles out, back out to Hansen. Hansen with time across to Schultz. Schultz, that shot is blocked away by the skate of Emily Schwartz. Back out to the point by Hackett. Pressured, so she just dumps it back in behind the net. Recovered there by Shuck. Knocked off her stick. Hackett plays it back into the corner. Therefore, it is Sutherland tying up with Brina Del Castillo. To help out is Hackett. And now we've got 4 players in there. Del Castillo comes away with it out to the point. Hansen a blast, a tip out front by Hackett. Goes up and out of play, and we'll have a stoppage. Good positioning for Lily Hackett to come out of the scrum in the corner, get out front and get a tip. A little too much angle, but a great place to get your stick down.
Now, I like to see the pressure that the Catbirds are applying here at 4-on-4.
Shot from the point, blocked down by Burrell. Lawrenson will recover for the Rebels. Knocked away from her by Loma. Recovered by Burrell. She'll skate into the zone to the near corner. Around the stick check of Schwartz. Centers, and that one in on the skates of Amanda Scott. She just couldn't do anything with it. Overskated a little bit by Alyssa Hansen. And that was probably one of the most blatant penalties we've seen yet, but no call this time. That easily could have been a penalty that would have resulted in a short power play for the Cardinals at both ends of the remainder of the penalty to Turnquist. I mean, that was clearly a check, hands up high, cross-check. You could call that many things, cross-checking, elbowing if you wanted, I suppose, checking, interference because the puck wasn't there.
But it wasn't called anything.
But it wasn't, so you could also not call it.
Which they did.
That one got away and right to Kaylee Wood, who had just stepped back out onto the box. 45 seconds remaining on this Champlin Park power play. Pass tipped away by Hackett. Knocked back into the zone. Hackett will tie up right in front of the penalty box. Coming away with it is Wood. Wood sidesteps and lost that puck. Here comes Brina Del Castillo through center. Del Castillo hands it off. Hackett through traffic, and that's off the shoulder of Burgoyne. Looking for that top shelf. Wood near side for Martinson. Martinson can't get past Brandy Del Castillo. Almost called Brittany's name again, and this time it's Brina.
You stopped yourself.
Again, a long shot in and a shrug shoulder save for Natalie Burgoyne, and it's up out of play.
Just 7 ticks remain on the penalty.
And no shots
Turnquist.
on, no power play shots.
Couldn't have worked out better for the Catbirds.
For the Rebels.
Yep.
In the time they have spent, and all of their power plays have been abbreviated because they have taken penalties of their own.
Yep.
But they have not been able to get a shot on goal while they've had the extra skater. That could change here as it's carried through center by Sutherland. Able to get past Schultz into the corner, recover, and now the penalty to Turnquist is over. So we're back to full even strength. Under a minute remaining here in the first period. Turnquist sidesteps, recovers the puck, tied up, able to get it back again. Gets it to Hansen along the boards. She plays it down low for Loma, dumps back into the corner. Turnquist tied up with Sutherland, who kicks it along. This one high off the glass, kept in nicely by Schultz at the point. Rebels will try the other side. Shuck sidesteps some pressure, plays it out to center. Hansen on the backhand, dumps it right back in, down to 15 seconds remaining in the period.
That's all, folks.
Zerati down low, trying a little give and go. Here's a chance for Turnquist, and that is blocked and goes wide, and that should do it for the first period. The Rebels going to go to the locker room awfully happy. They're up 3-1, and the Catbirds will have to try to figure something out. We'll take a break, be back with first period stats and highlights after this. You're watching live girls high school hockey on CTN.
Everywhere that we go, he makes people laugh and makes people smile, and I feel like I have that quality.
He's the one who always takes me fishing. I watch golf with him.
I watch him cook, because when I grow up, I want to be a cook too.
We have the same faces like this.
Dad is the one, when you fall, that picks you up.
That unconditional sense of presence and reassurance is really what makes him my father.
La 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 la, I love you so. I love you, I love you. La 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 la, la 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 la.
We're here.
Yay!
It's a short drive from your neighborhood to your naturehood. To find a neighborhood park or green space near you, visit discovertheforest.org.
Back Back at the Ice Forum in Champlin, the Rebels a 3-1 lead as we reach the first intermission, and Howie, they really came out aggressive, put a lot of pressure down in the Catbirds' end, and were able to come away with a 3-1 lead. Game far from being over at this point, of course, as Coon Rapids Spring Lake Park. We saw them, I think, a little bit of a sleepy start on Tuesday against Andover. A similar story here tonight.
Well, yeah, and Coach Colta said that what we're going to do is we're going to pepper that net, and they were able to tally 3 goals in that situation. But I think the good thing for the Catbirds, it could be a 5-1 game. They had that opportunity with that major penalty and an opportunity for Coon Rapids to stay at that 3-1 lead. They had an opportunity to end that period. They had a little pressure in on the Rebel net as well.
Well, and because of the multiple penalties on both sides, teams, Coon Rapids is 0 for 2 on the power play after the first intermission, but only had 51 seconds of that skater advantage. On the flip side, Champlin Park 0 for 3, but they only had the advantage for 1:51. Just way too many penalties, I'm sure, for both coaches' taste, but for the Rebels, it's a little bit easier to take because you go into the locker room with that 3-1 lead, especially after only managing 1 goal in your season opener. Great to come out here and get some offense early against a team that came in undefeated. Let's take a look at some of the highlights from the first period. Champlin Park got stuff started. It was Jordan Trapp who had their first goal in against Mounds View. She gets in alone, goes short side to beat Miller. And it wasn't very much longer that they had their second goal right off the faceoff. Great move to the puck by Annie Lorenzen. She shelves it short side as well. Then Taylor Turnquist, great job getting through the defense, using her speed, going to the backhand and sliding it in under the foot of Natalie Burgoyne. But again, the Rebels have the answer. Great feed to the front of the net by Schwartz. The finish by Megan Shuck, and she didn't have to do much, just keep her stick on the ice and deflect it back into the net.
Well, both teams with 12 shots on goal, but the Rebels able to capitalize on a couple more and get those 3 goals.
Scoring chances. I
well,
think
they created
their shots, better quality opportunities as well.
They created more opportunities for themselves. I mean, we saw it on that last goal. They created that opportunity by stepping past Hansen and getting the feed in front of the net. But you're right, this is it's still plenty of time left. It's just going into the second period, and we've talked about, we have seen that the Catbirds can score goals, 5 in each of their first 2 contests. And, you know, they have to feel pretty good. It's only a 2-goal lead at this point. They have to come back and play with some authority and just try and get that next goal and be able to at least cut the lead to 1 and then move from there.
Yeah, the next goal will definitely be important, and for the Catbirds, it'll be crucial that they come out here and provide some pressure on the Champlin Park net early on. We'll take another break and be back with Puck Drop for the second period after this. You're watching live girls high school hockey on CTN.
A single ember from a wildfire can travel over a mile. That ember can ignite and destroy your home or community. You can't control where that ember will land. Only what happens before it does. Visit fireadapted.org to learn how you can help protect your community from wildfires.
Oh, hi. I'm TV's Howie Shapiro. And when I'm not announcing CTN sports broadcasts with my sidekick Joe Yen, I'm watching all the other great programs on the CTN Studios YouTube page. There's news stories, great local events, and even full games. You can even watch on any smart device with a YouTube app. Whether that's your phone or a tablet, you can watch CTN's great programming wherever and whenever you want. You can even watch CTN's event coverage live. So no matter where you are, you can share in all the excitement. CTN Studios, building community through cable.
Back in the ice form, right off the draw, Champlin Park, or Coon Rapids Spring Lake Park, rather, able to bring it into the Champlin Park end and then run into a couple of players, and it back the other way comes Wood. Wood fanned on this shot, recovers behind the net, squeezed along the side of the goal, but not effectively, and coming back the other way is Brina Del Castillo. Del Castillo around the corner on Trapp. Trapp able to poke it off her stick. She recovers, spins, tries to center. That's taken away, and here's Martinson. Martinson to center. Into the zone, stops up, lost the handle. And Hansen able to get it back out to center. Burrell will just play it back. No, was not able to play it back in, and now does. Schultz recovers behind her own net. Pressured there by Stoll. Stoll able to get the puck away, but Hackett in to recover for Loma, rather able to get it for Coon Rapids. And now dumped in deep by Mallory Corrigan. And they'll get a quick line change. Hackett out of the box trying to create some pressure. It's played ahead though to Lorenzen. And in offside as that pass was tipped is Micah Sutherland.
Well, Joe, you talked about how important the next goal is, certainly for the Catbirds, but if the Rebels score here in this situation and go up by 3, that's really going to put a lot of pressure on Spring Lake Park Coon Rapids. And the Catbirds can ill afford to give up another goal here at this point.
Absolutely. Definitely not a death sentence this early in the contest, but that makes it a very large hill to climb. Pass skips off the stick as Sutherland behind the net. Coon Rapids Spring Lake Park plays it back around to the near side, kept in at the blue line by Shuck. Back up the boards, but can't get it past Lorenzen. Into the corner goes Schultz. She plays it along the board, stopped up there by Stoll and played back in behind. Lorenzen battling there with Murphy and taking Murphy to the ice. Puck comes free to Sutherland, walks out, and the save by Miller.
Yeah, Miller just held her own, and the shot right into her midsection. She's able to hang on to the puck. Face-off forcing over to her left. See it again. It's a nice job to get an opportunity out in front of the net. Great, again, create opportunities for yourself.
Awful lot of stick work going on here.
Now here's that opportunity, and Miller able to come up strong.
Brina pokes it away, but it's right out to the point. Burrell plays it back in deep. Hansen can't get it past Wood. Recovered by Schwartz. Kicked off her stick by Brina Del Castillo. And recovered by Corrigan. Back out to Brina at center. Del Castillo trying to get around the edge. Ridden into the boards by Jordan Trapp. And Trapp comes away with the puck. Knocked off her stick by Hansen, who battles with her stick to stick. Wood had it, poked out away from her by Brina, who sweeps it back into the corner. And therefore it is Trapp again. Trapp wanted that long stretch pass, but Martinson watched closely by Bloomquist out at center. And now Stoll plays it ahead, and here's Martinson. Defender drops, the save made by Miller easily. Hansen trying to get it ahead to Corrigan. Played back in behind. Emily Schwartz for the Rebels. Plays it out to the point for Trapp. Trapp trying to get it right back to her. Knocked away by Hansen. Recovered by Hackett, but she's disrupted there by Schwartz. Picked up by Hansen, who will dump it in. And Coon Rapids Spring Lake Park putting some new players on the ice. Under 14 minutes remaining here in the second period.
Yeah, so far the Rebels the only team to get a shot on goal here so far in period number 2.
Dangerous pass, but did get through. And at the other end is Crawford. Her pass is deflected and ends up along the boards. Back out to the point. Schultz's shot misses wide. Far side kept in by Emma Murphy. Skipped away from Alyssa Brazier and played back out to center. Schultz will stop it up. Trying to get it to Crawford. Bounces over her stick. Turned around quickly by Trapp. And back into behind her own end is Murphy. She's pressured by a couple of Rebel forecheckers. Taking the puck off her stick was Emily Colford. Colford will get it back now in center. A chance out front and a big save again by the keeper, Sammy Miller. And that's a couple of times she has been called on to make big saves early in this second period when her defensive zone coverage is broken down.
Well, bodies in front of her, Joe, and just
Look
a nice
at
job.
1, 2, 3 bodies on one side of the puck and nobody covering the player out front. A good opportunity for Haley Williams. Played to center, Turnquist. Into the zone, Turnquist looking to drop it. It was off a little bit behind Lily Hackett. Now a race for it, going back the other way. Sutherland dumps it in deep, poked at by Miller. Lawrenson trying to sweep it back in, but fanning on that pass attempt was Hackett. She'll get it back. Turnquist in, shoots Rebound and a goal for Lily Hackett.
We talked about that Turnquist-Hackett line being so important for this Catbird team, and just a great job. Turnquist sets the opportunity, the save is made, but the rebound comes right back to Lily Hackett, and we have a one-goal game, Joe, and that was a pretty goal by the Catbirds. And look at the job that the Turnquist does, just getting around, getting the shot, but they're off the pad, and Hackett is right there. Put the backhand home.
Good positioning, always crashed the net, and of course it always helps when you have numbers.
It does.
A 3-on-1 converted for the Catbirds, and we've got a one-goal game once again.
We talked about if the Catbirds can get that game and that goal and cut it to one, it's a whole different contest, even though it's still early on in this game, but it gives them so much more momentum.
Schultz tied up along the end board by Kaylee Wood. Puck comes free for Lily Hackett. Ahead for Turnquist. Turnquist has speed, trying to get around the corner, and does up front. Girardi can't quite get a stick on it. A great scoring opportunity, just misses for the Catbirds. Wood coming back the other way, gets it to Martinson, winds, fires way up over the cage. Ricochets back near side, settled by Emily Schwartz. Schwartz troubled by Turnquist, played out to the point. Shot through traffic, misses wide off the stick of Megan Schuck. Stopping up with it along the far boards is Hackett. Hackett avoids pressure, cross ice to Zarate, skips off her stick. Recovered by Schuck, and Schuck will turn and look for some help. Schuck across the red line, into the zone, has her stick lifted, and now met in the corner by Schultz. Schultz will come out of the corner with the puck, high off the boards and out of the zone all the way to the Champlin Park end. Pressuring is Gabby Loma. Pass stopped up, but it took her stick out of her hand. Played out to center. This is Colford playing it in. Not a lot on it, and a pretty easy save for Sammy Miller.
Yeah, just smartly covers that puck up, forced that face off. I think one of her teammates was cleaning the spray off the front of her jersey for her.
11:03 remaining here in the second period. The Rebels up 3-2 over the Champlin Park or Coon Rapids Spring Lake Park Catbirds. Loma into the zone, just dumps it in behind the net, and we'll track it down again, looking to center. Now we'll play it out to the point. Hansen, a one-timer, is blocked, and sprinting the other way is Amanda Scott. Scott, nice job coming back by Bloomquist to break it up, and then plays it out of the zone. Icing waved off as it went right through the skates of a Rebel player.
A big
behind
opportunity.
her own net, Jordan Trapp. Brina Del Castillo, the turnover, looking out front, and that pass just out of the reach of the intended target. That was Megan Ganley. Puck played all the way in, and Miller will leave it there for Hansen. Skips away from Ganley, and Hansen sweeps it back in. Trapp through center. Pass collected in by Stoll. Is shot, nothing on that, and an easy save for Miller. Kept in near side by Hannah Lindsay. Centering pass, and a great defensive play there for Ganley as Lorenzen was ready to fire, looking for her second of the night. Tied up along the boards, Lorenzen able to get it to bounce back out toward the front, and now Spring Lake Park Coon Rapids able to clear the zone. Played right back in by the Rebels. Crawford sends it right back out. Recovered there by Lisney. Across, and now dumped in deep by Megan Schuck. Martinson trying to come out of the corners, batted off her stick. That one batted around out front, and now recovered by Brazier, who plays it off to the near board. Kept in again there by Lisney. Hansen behind her own net, pressured by Woods, sweeps it ahead far side for Brazier. She had it taken away, and now trying to take it right back for Megan Schuck. A shot and a save, and the rebound comes to Martinson. She'll play it back in deep for Wood. Wood trying to send it out front. That's broken up far side. Brazier will recover off the board. Brazier out to center, stopped up, played right back in by Schuck. Here's Martinson, winding, firing again up over the net. It went off the glove of Sammy Miller. And now played out of the zone, and this one's going all the way down. It'll be icing, but the Catbirds able to get a much-needed line change with 8:23 remaining here in the second.
I'm not sure if Miller tried to glove that one and just missed it, and it went up off her glove, it looked like to me.
That is the case.
Yep.
Did not look it all the way into her glove. And at that point, really, as the goaltender, you can let that one go. You're almost better off letting it go because it's up over the net to be certain.
Yeah, if hits your glove and comes back in front of you, all of a sudden there's a rebound opportunity.
Big trouble.
Yep.
Schultz avoiding the pressure, plays it in behind for Brandy Del Castillo, ahead for Turnquist, who gets it out to Zarate at center. Zarate lost the handle, turned around by the Rebels. Brandy stood her ground at the red line and at least slowed the momentum. Played back out to center by Schultz, turned around there by Burrell. Del Castillo can't clear. Sent back into the corner by Stoll. Back up by Schultz. Again, Trapp able to recover. Glove down by Schultz. Plays it through the skates of Hackett, but that's going to be no icing. Waved off, and everybody had given up on it, figuring it was going to be icing. But I think that's why the referee decided to wave it off, because everybody stopped skating for it. Brandy can't keep it in at the far blue line, turns it around. And here's Hackett with speed into the zone. Trying to get around, and that's going to be a penalty.
And she landed hard. Unfortunately, she's okay, but it looked like she landed on her elbow. And that definitely...
Well, typically I would like to see Lily stay on her forehand and go around the other way, but at least this way she's drawing the penalty.
Well, yeah,
and putting her team on the power play. But a better scoring opportunity if you continue to drive wide, shoot, and if you don't score, at least you're creating rebound chances.
Well, nonetheless, the Catbirds will get the skater advantage here with 7:18 remaining in the second period. Trailing by a goal, Joe, but really have had the momentum in this, I think, in any way, the good opportunities.
Shot right on from Hansen, and the rebound cleared the distance. Well, and it takes off one of their best players, to be certain, and certainly their best blue liner in Jordan Trapp. Hansen pressured well. Good shorthanded pressure from Emily Schwartz along the near boards, continuing to get time to tick away. Hackett will come back to help out.
Yeah, we're already...
And again, Schwartz forcing a turnover nearly. And now you have Turnquist skating through center. In deep into the corner. Leaves it off for Schultz. Will get it back up top, down low. Hansen walking in, and very, very, very low angle, and a pretty easy save for the keeper. 1:06 remaining on the power play.
Yeah, just this is an opportunity for the Catbirds to pressure now here down in this end with the face-off. Yeah, we've seen them apply a little pressure here in period number 2, able to get that goal.
Back out to Hansen at the point. She'll play it in deep. Rebels able to get there first. Stoll can't clear. Del Castillo trying to get it back, but coming away with it and getting to play it all the way down is Lisney. Turnquist pressured in behind her own net. Will leave it off for Schultz. And Hansen will skate it up ice. Alyssa Hansen across center. A little stick check there, and a very effective one for Emily Stoll. Hackett into the zone. That shot deflected and ends up wide. Back out. Brina, nothing on that shot. Easily stopped up with a skate by Hannah Lisney, who plays it all the way down. Miller passing it along, too far for Turnquist, and turned right back into the zone.
Just 10 seconds left in the power play.
We're able to get a couple of shots on the power play, but unable to even the score. A little more than 5 minutes remaining here in this second period, and it has been a good back and forth period, but definitely better opportunities for the team in red, white, and blue. Brandy in deep, pinched off along the end boards. And the Rebels able to skate out to center. Jordan Trapp Trying to cut back, bumped off her stick, still has an opportunity, and finally recovered by Taylor Turnquist for the Catbirds. Hackett looking back to Turnquist. And it's tapped by Trapp, but able to get through, and a lot of traffic to try and get through, and can't come through with the puck. Brandy Del Castillo plays it in, and this time Burgoyne is just going to cover it up, get a face-off with a little better than 4.5 minutes remaining in the second period.
A smart play by Burgoyne just to cover that puck up, because we've seen some rebound opportunities. We saw one earlier. Unfortunately, there wasn't a capper in front of the net to do anything about it, but there again, she's just going to cover it and force that face-off to her right.
And I think bigger in her mind is let's get a chance to get the line straightened out coming off of that shorthanded and good penalty kill for Champlin Park. It's the first time we've seen a full power play for either squad tonight. Loma can't get it out, kept in along the boards by Wood. Those two tie up. Crawford has it. Puck skips over the stick of Mallory Corrigan. And now played in by Cameron Crawford. Wood avoids some pressure, but Crawford tips it around her. Trying to center. Loma out front, a deflection and a big save. Another chance from the back door, and a big defensive play by Martinson. And now a deflection and a race for the puck. Bloomquist able to just sweep it away from Kaylee Martinson, who has been providing some good pressure all game. There's a shot right in, and again, just sucking it up and taking the face-off is Natalie Burgoyne.
Yeah, you don't want to give that breakaway opportunity to Martinson in that situation. You're right, she did a nice job of just clearing the puck, getting it away from that opportunity. Now the face-off coming to the left of Burgoyne. 3:33 remaining in period number 2.
Tied up, comes back to Hansen. Walks in, wrist shot, hit traffic, backhander by Turnquist. Didn't make it through either. Hackett sweeps at it, gets control in the corner, spins away, centers, and that's tipped and can't find a visiting team stick out front. That pass attempt broken up by Hansen. Schultz will play it back to Hackett, back to Hansen, ahead for Turnquist. Turnquist into the zone, looking for help. We'll leave it back for Hansen along the boards. She's pressured by Lorenzen, but plays it into the corner. Trapp spins away from Hackett. Or Zarate, rather. And now dumps it back into the corner. And that'll give an opportunity for Lorenzen to move it ahead. Stole a shot, and a pretty easy save on that one by Miller. Back in behind for Sutherland. Now played out for Hackett. Hackett waiting. Cross ice pass a little bit behind Zarate. Skips away from her and recovered by Jordan Trapp. Just into the Champlin Park zone. Trying to spring Wood. It was fresh on the ice. Instead, it's broken up, and Schultz steps up. Had her stick knocked away by Colford, recovering. There's the pass ahead. Williams can't get that one through, and now does. Plays it in. Schultz will play it off the boards and out. Back out at center is Megan Schuck. Back in. Schultz waits off the boards and ahead. Loma trying to gain the edge on Schuck out front, and that one just handcuffed Turnquist a little bit and a little too tight. She's coming out of the corner, though. Has possession back out to the point. Shot through traffic, ends up being tipped right back to Turnquist. Taylor Turnquist head up, looking. Now we'll dump it back into the corner for Gabby Loma. Loma tied up there with Williams. Plays it back up the boards. That's broken up by Emily Colford. Her pass skips away off the stick of Amanda Scott. Recovered. And the Catbirds come back through center. Corrigan takes a low angle shot that was deflected by Schuck and kind of came in oddly on Burgoyne.
Yeah, and again, she just realized that she better cover that one up because there are a couple of Catbirds right in front of the net. Just forced that face off to her left.
1:15 remaining here in the second period. Champlin Park still with a 3-2 lead. Coon Rapids Spring Lake Park, the only goal here in this second period. Through center is Martinson. Martinson has been a definite force in this game. She has not factored in on the score sheet as of yet. but she has definitely caused some problems for the Catbirds defensively. Shuck will dump it back in under a minute remaining. Bloomquist behind her own net. Martinson on her heels. Gets it ahead. That pass tipped as Brina will chase and give pressure to Shuck as they tie up along the boards. Under 30 seconds remaining. The shot from the point by Murphy didn't have much on it. Played back out to center and a race for it by Martinson. She won't catch up. We're going to have an icing and a face-off back in the Champlin Parkette.
Yeah, we'll have it with less than 20 seconds remaining in period number 2, Joe. And you know, the Catbirds now out shooting the Rebels by a 19-17 margin. And as we talked about it, definitely the better opportunities here in period number 2 for Spring Lake Park Coon Rapids. One including a goal to just be behind by 1.
This is a huge face-off right here. We see Mallory Corrigan in to take it for the Cardinals, or the Catbirds rather. We'll call them the Panthers a couple times too. Winding and firing is Schultz, and that knocked her own player's stick out of her hands. Shot in, but not a lot on it from Corrigan. Here's Hackett with a shot and a save by Burgoyne, and she'll hold on. Interesting to see they bumped Corrigan up to the line with Turnquist and Hackett. And she's in there taking the face-off again. Wonder if she's normally a winger, but maybe bring her in certain situations. Either way, the buzzer will sound, indicating the end of period number 2. Spring Lake Park, Coon Rapids able to cut into the lead. We go to the break with the Rebels up 3-2 on CTN.
Kids will spend 57 minutes making me go splat.
Brushing for 2 minutes now can save your child from severe tooth pain later. 2 minutes, twice a day. They have the time.
$7,000 high school students drop out every school day. Let's catch them before it's too late. To start helping students in your community, visit boostup.org.
Back at the Ice Forum in Champlin, we got a 1-goal game as we get ready for the 3rd period, and a good response from the Spring Lake Park Coon Rapids team. They came out of the locker room down 3-1, and they really kept the pressure on the Rebels all period long in the second.
Oh, they got that goal. They outshot them and really took and won that period. And now they have to come back out in period number 3, play the exact same way, continue to pressure the net, and also play well on defense as well. Can't give up those opportunities in front of the net as well.
Well, and I think that was equally as important in that second period, is that they really shored up their coverage in the defensive end. Part of the problem they had is they gave up far too many opportunities in that first period, allowing Champlin Park to that big lead. Let's take a look at some of the highlights from period number 2. It's the Catbirds doing the damage as we talked about, and it's that top line again, using their numbers to their advantage. Turnquist the initial shot, Hackett there for the rebound. She's able to sweep it in on the backhand and cut it to a 1-goal game. That one came just under 5 minutes into the second period. It was the only score of the period, but Coon Rapids Spring Lake Park definitely had some opportunities, as did the Rebels. But the opportunity or chance, goal scoring chance, category definitely favoring the Catbirds at this point.
Yeah, Catbirds out shooting the Rebels by 8-5 margin in that period, and again, they'll come out here and they'll continue to apply pressure. That's what they do. You know, they can score goals. We've seen it all season long, and this crowd definitely being treated to a really good hockey game with a final period left, and we'll see what that holds for both these squads.
Yeah, definitely anybody's hockey game when we drop the puck on the third. That happens next, live on CTN.
Look at me. Hey.
Raymond, look at Mommy.
Maybe the light hurts his eyes.
Maybe she's just not hungry. Maybe he can't hear us. Maybe we're not stimulating him enough. Maybe it's a phase.
Avoiding eye contact is one early sign of autism. Learn the others today. The sooner it's diagnosed, the better.
I've got a job to do today.
I've got a job to do today.
Have a good first day at work, Mom.
Your donations to Goodwill fund job training programs right in your community.
Feels good to start fresh, right?
Sure does.
And like that, you're a job creator.
At the Ice Forum in Champlin, just about ready to drop the puck on period number 3. The Rebels a 3-2 lead over the Spring Lake Park Coon Rapids Catbirds.
Now, interesting to see who comes out with the most momentum here to start period number 3, because that it's obviously anybody's contest at this point.
Spring Lake Park Coon Rapids able to chip it in deep early. Turning around with it is Megan Schuck, able to avoid some pressure. Martinson plays it up the boards, but not out. Able to keep it in at least momentarily was Corrigan at the point. And now chased back to the near side, but offside. A little bit sloppy early on, but I expect this to be a fast-paced third period.
I think so as well.
Two teams very hungry.
Yep.
And, you know, we talked about Kaylee Martinson, Kaylee Wood, Emily Schwartz. This line has caused a lot of trouble. And, again, they haven't buried one yet.
Nope.
But they have been very good, very dangerous. They have created some opportunities, just unable to cash in.
Well, one of the keys for the Rebels is neutralize the Catbirds' top line. They haven't been able to do that. Both players with a goal here so far for Spring Lake Park Coon Rapids.
Brandy had it taken away by Kaylee Wood, but played in around. Hansen pinned to the boards by Schwartz. Wood in to help out. Brina Del Castillo digging in there for the puck as well. Comes free, and Brina has it. Pass a little bit too far for Corrigan. Played back to the front. Wood had it skip away from her. Loma pressuring along the boards. Brandy Del Castillo with it along the end board. Flips to Hansen. Ahead too far for Brina, but she's able to recover off the stick of Lisney. This one just swept in on net. Burgoyne will leave it there for her defender. Rebels breaking it out. Schwartz stops up. Now feels pressure. Plays it back near side for Schuck. Schuck had it taken away by Hackett. Gets it right back, right at her own blue line. Schuck off the boards and all the way down. And that'll be icing about 2 steps early to make that dump in.
Yeah, both teams, I think, playing a little tentatively here, obviously, at the start of this third period. The Catbirds with the only shot on goal so far early on.
And there was little to nothing on that shot. It was more of a dump in on goal. Face off to the left of Burgoyne. Catbirds able to win it. Tipped away from Zarate. Kept in at the line by Emma Murphy. Played back near side. The pass a little bit behind Sutherland. Centering attempt knocked away from Turnquist. Puck still loose. Comes out. Schultz a shot. It's a goal. I don't know if Hackett got a piece of it or not. But either way, we've got a tie game with 15:05 to play here in the third.
Well, now momentum has really changed. Now we're tied up after being down by 2 and just 1 at the end of the second period. The Catbirds come out and get that third goal here early on to even things up. And that's got to put a little more pressure now on the Rebels here. We'll see if we get a chance to see that, when we get a chance to see that goal. I thought it looked deflected a little to me.
I thought it did as well, and I think it may have been Hackett who got a stick on it. And we'll see what the official call is here in a second. This one deflected off a defender and comes in.
Well, they gave an unassisted goal.
Yeah, and they give it to Hannah Schultz.
Yep.
And this one was, that one's scary. That one went off a defender and nearly ended up slipping between the pads on Burgoyne and giving Spring Lake Park Coon Rapids their first goal. One-timer attempt fanned on by Schultz, recovered by Martinson. Martinson brings it in, tried to shovel it across for Schwartz, but broke it up. Murphy plays it in behind, swept around for Lily Hackett off the boards. Turnquist will bring it through center against Trapp, trying to cut across, walks through her, and unable to get the shot on net as Burrell came over to back her up.
Yeah, Burrell with a nice play just to trouble her.
Wood sidesteps one defender, dumps it in deep. Behind the net is Schultz, or Bloomquist rather. Played back down low, Wood trying to center and nobody home. It'll come back out to center ice. And the Rebels regroup at their own blue line. Backhanded in by Martinson. Swept around by Hansen and now up ice and back out to center. Shuck can't get it in deep. Wood lost it in her skates. Schultz plays it off the near board. Loma able to get it into the zone. Pressure coming from Brina Del Castillo, trying to keep it away from Williams. Out of the corner, now we'll dump it back in. Good read by Riley Foss, who gets it back out of the zone, and now Bloomquist sends it right back in. Shuck in behind her own net for Foss. She's stopped up by Del Castillo. Here's Loma dropping for Del Castillo. Back door, and it just goes wide off of the stick of Mallory Corrigan.
Oh, what a great opportunity for the Catbirds there.
Great setup, good patience, but just not quite the right angle for Mallory Corrigan. Hansen able to send it back in deep, recovered there by Foss. Foss flips it off the boards, kept in again by Hansen. Toward the front of the net, went off the skate of Shuck, recovered by Del Castillo. Here's Hackett to Del Castillo. She can't get a shot off. Trying to get it back to Hansen, chopped up and out of play, out of the zone by Emily Colford. Long pass. Hackett tried to one-time it to send Zarate in with speed, and instead going back the other way is Sutherland, fresh onto the ice to break it up with Schultz. Hackett will turn just inside her own blue line. Fanned on the pass attempt, taken away by Stoll. Left there for Lorenzen. Lorenzen into the zone. Lorenzen going wide, trying to center. That's tipped away by Murphy. Murphy will recover off the end board. Back ahead, and here comes Spring Lake Park Coon Rapids. Zarate into the zone, leaves it off for Turnquist. Turnquist trying to pass across. Recovering off the board is Schultz. Schultz will get it right back, and now will walk in. Up top, Murphy is shot. That hit traffic. Schultz trying to keep it in, and does, at least momentarily. Lorenzen able to force it out. Numbers for the red jerseys along the near board. Tried to get it through to Turnquist through center. And there's going to be a penalty, and I don't know about that one.
Yeah, that
one looked to me just like Hackett got turned around, caught an edge, and went down. And a big power play coming up.
Let's take a look at that goal, Joe, and see if we can see if that was deflected or not.
Here it is. It comes back.
I think it looked totally deflected.
That is absolutely goal number 2 of the game.
We'll see it
for
again.
Lily Hackett. Great job tipping it down and in. That'll be an adjustment for after the game.
So now the Catbirds on the power play would be a great opportunity for them to see if they can get the advantage here. With 11-14 remaining in the contest, we're tied up at 3.
Rebels have not trailed in this contest. That one skips off of the stick of Corrigan, and the Rebels able to play it back out to center. Del Castillo's pass taken away. Martinson, an opportunity shorthanded. And not a lot on that shot. Del Castillo still pressured by Martinson. Able to play it back behind for Bloomquist. Sidesteps the stick check from Schwartz. Gets it into the zone and can't get it through the feet of Burrell. Bloomquist will get it back in the corner. And now dumped back in deep by Murphy. In behind, tried to go back to the near side. Did Lily Hackett, but that didn't click. And Rebels able to play it all the way down. More than midway through this advantage. And Spring Lake Park Coon Rapids has not been able to do anything as far as setting anything up or really creating opportunities here. Hackett into the zone. Around the corner on Burrell. Drop pass. Didn't quite connect, but here's Turnquist with it, setting up on the midboard. Turnquist drawing the pressure, now plays it down low. Brina Del Castillo behind the net, out front, and just in a little bit too tight to Lily Hackett. She was out there alone, but in on her skates a little bit.
Yeah, what a great opportunity. And just not able to get it where she needed it to be, but it was close, definitely close, and a good opportunity for a scoring chance for the Catbirds.
Hansen into the zone. Will take it in deep. And looking out to the point. Turnquist back to Schultz. Walking in, top of the circle. Deflected in a goal. I think that one went off a foot. That one will be Schultz's goal. And the Catbirds have a 4-3 lead.
You know, you give yourself a chance in that second goal to make it 3-2 in period number 2. Change the momentum of this hockey game. And now the Catbirds with the advantage, 4-3. So you're going to see it again. Schultz just stepping in. And
went off of the defender's skate. Went off a handle Lisney, I believe. And it is a power play goal. Oh, they did reset the clock because they ran off about almost 20 seconds, and they had to put that back on.
Well, you saw against the Andover, Joe, the Catbirds fall behind 2-1, came back and scored 3 goals really to change the momentum, and as we talked about, held on to win that contest. They've changed the momentum here in this game.
Skating up through center is trapped. The pass to the near side. Colford has it skip off her stick a little bit, tracks it down in the corner. Trying to center, it's off the side of the cage, recovered by Murphy, who plays it off the boards and out. Trapp going across, passes behind Burrell. She's got to retreat to her own zone to recover. Pass ahead, bounces away from Colford again. Hackett plays it back far side. Hansen back out to center. Wood gets it and gets back in, and now the Rebels will have an opportunity. Oh, no, they won't. That is 6 players on the ice. He pointed to the bench. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No question. Too many players on the ice, and that's a tough one. That goes partially on the kids, partially on the coach, but that's typically going to be, an early season penalty when things aren't quite running like the well-oiled machine you would like them to be.
Well, Coach Coltis can't be happy, obviously. As you mentioned, it's not just the players, but nonetheless, after giving up that go-ahead goal, now they go back on the penalty kill and give the Catbirds another chance.
After the whistle, you still had 6 out there, so I'm not sure how you argue that call.
Nope.
But, frustration in a game that after the first period, they had control here, 3-1, and they really were in control and looked good. And since then, the Catbirds have come out and really taken the momentum and taken control of this game.
Yeah, Colford will serve that penalty.
I thought initially, because Champlin Park had possession of the puck, that when I saw the arm go up that it would be a catbird penalty, but instead when I saw him point to the bench I went uh-oh, and then sure enough you counted the bodies on the ice, and there were 11 skaters out there, 5 in red jerseys and 6 in white. Shot in, and Burgoyne kind of went down, thought she had it. Instead it comes loose, and the Catbird's able to recover. Brina trying to come out of the corner, leaves it off for Hackett. Hackett down low, sweeps it in behind. Schultz down there, pokes it away from Burrell, recovered by Brina, back into the near corner. Schultz looks out front, a pass, and the stick lifted of Hackett, so she couldn't get a stick on it. Hansen recovers off the far boards, up top for Turnquist. Turnquist down low, Schultz turns, shoots, saved by Burgoyne.
Again, just good movement of the puck and great opportunities for the Catbirds. That time Burgoyne just the shot right into the midsection, able to cover up on it, but good pressure applied down on this penalty play so far, power play, I'm sorry, so far early on.
Penalty play, we knew what you were talking about.
Yeah, well, you know, I like to at least have the lingo right.
Well, you know, or, you know, make up lingo.
Well, we do that like most of the time.
Made that up.
Yep.
Oh, good pressure from Martinson, kicks it loose and nearly found herself on a shorthanded breakaway. Instead, it's recovered and carried back in by Corrigan. Her centering pass was deflected away, now recovered just inside the blue line. Shot toward the net, stopped up by Burrell. Turnquist leaves it. Shot by Schultz. Blocker save. Rebound, Brina. Rebound still loose. Poked to the corner by Hackett. Brina will recover. Down low for Hackett. Hackett for Del Castillo. Back down to Hackett. In the corner. She'll carry it out. Up top for Turnquist. 16 and 15 seconds left in the power play. And now Trapp will get a stick on it and fire it all the way down. That'll be it for the power play. And here's Martinson. She'll be the first one to the puck. Trailed by Turnquist as those two tie up into the far corner. And then Hansen came back to push it off her stick. And now here's Hackett skating in. Hackett having trouble with it. It's still in her skates. She has no idea. Martinson back will come away with it. Martinson had it tipped away. Here's Brina trying to walk out. That shot deflected. Now we're going to have a penalty. I think we're going to have a penalty, maybe offsetting, because you had Martinson and Hackett jawing and pushing at one another as they were heading back to the bench, and I think that's exactly what the call is going to be.
Yeah, you are definitely correct. Yeah, both.
You know, there's definitely some frustration on that Champlin Park bench.
Without a doubt.
But that's you're taking a high quality play, a high level player off of each roster for the next 2 minutes. Now, then if they're offsetting penalty, okay, now they originally were going to drop the puck in the Catbird end, and now they're going to bring it back and put it just outside the Rebel blue line. I thought offsetting, you put it in at center ice, but either way, St. Louis Spring Lake Park Coon Rapids able to win the draw and play it in deep. Stopping up there is Shuck. She's pressured by Zarate, able to get it up the boards for Lorenzen. Lorenzen to the line, but not out. Kept in by Murphy. Near corner, recovering is Foss. Up the boards and chipped up to the blue line by Schwartz. Kept in there by Corrigan. Down low is Kaylee Wood. She'll skate it through the zone and out to center. And Wood into the Catbird end. Tried to get through too many stick checks and finally coughed it up. Kept in at the line by Shuck. She'll dump it down deep out of the reach of Schwartz. Wood can't get there either. Played along the boards and now right back in. And Crawford will play it in behind for Murphy. Ahead too far for Zarate. And icing waved off as we had a tip on it. And now it's recovered in deep and fired around by Foss.
Yeah, we're approaching the 5-minute mark, Joe, in this hockey game, and Catbirds holding on to that 1-goal lead.
Strom in the corner.
Rebels yet to get
Spring Lake Park, Coon Rapids able to come away with it. Turnquist gets away from the pressure there by Scott. Along the boards for Loma. Loma trying to get it back to Turnquist through center. It's deflected into the far corner. Trapp able to get past Brina Del Castillo along the end boards and then runs into the official instead. And a centering. Turnquist waiting and scores.
Wow.
Good patience by Taylor Turnquist right on the doorstep. She waited, let the goalie go down, and she goes bar down and puts Spring Lake Park Coon Rapids up 5-3.
Yeah, that was a pretty goal, her second of the night. And that gives the Catbirds that 2-goal lead. So far, Joe, they've scored 5 goals in all 3 of their games, and that's pretty good offensive output. As you see that goal in the far corner goes up, as you mentioned, we're going to go down, and Turnquist fires to the top corner. Turnquist going to Clarkson next year, by the way, to play hockey.
She's a good hockey player. She's fun to watch. A lot of speed, good head for the game, and now a little insurance on the board for the visiting squad, trying to improve to 3-0. High shot, chest save, rebound down, but Turnquist couldn't get anything on the rebound opportunity. She'll get it back down low in the corner. Looking out front, and now we'll turn back. And now back up top. Hansen had it tipped away, able to recover and sweep it back in deep. Loma is shot, save made. And recovered by Sutherland, who plays it to the line, but kept in there by Schultz.
Oh, Rebels yet to get a shot on goal here in period number 3. They've been stuck on 17 since the end of that second period.
Turnquist able to control, now knocked away from her, out of the zone by Trapp. Schultz across, Murphy sends it in, and then able to hold it as Lorenzen tried to come out. Here's Turnquist. Looking, has her set up, and good late recovery there by Trapp to make sure that there wasn't an opportunity for Corrigan to get a really good shot up. Pass deflected, goes wide. Played all the way down. Brina is shot, big rebound left by Burgoyne, but the Rebels able to recover and send it all the way down. Bloomquist turns and plays it up the board for Corrigan. Corrigan ahead for Del Castillo through a couple of sticks, trying to get around wide on Shuck, and good defensive recovery by the Rebels. That pass didn't click as they tried to get it to Scott on the wing. That'll be icing. And a face-off in the Rebel end with 2:18 remaining. Spring Lake Park Coon Rapids a 5-3 lead here late in the third.
Well, as well as the Rebels played in that first period, they really haven't to carry on that momentum here in periods number 2 or 3, Joe. And the Catbirds doing a good job of just really pressuring them and getting that momentum back.
Outscored 3-0 here in the third. This one comes to Hansen, a shot turned away by Burgoyne. And now trying to go around behind. Unable to stop it up behind the net was Crawford. Recovered over there by Shuck. She'll play it ahead. Here's Martinson into the zone. Martinson stepping back, his shot, the save. Miller can't get to the rebound. It's still loose. Now swept to the corner. Net is empty with just under 2 minutes to play. Whining, fires, shot, and a goal. And the Rebels have cut the lead to 1.
Wow, that was a big goal for Champlin Park. Just a minute 46 remaining. But they needed that. They needed, if they had any opportunity to get back into this game, they needed to score there, and they did. So now they're putting the pressure back on the Catbirds.
Not sure who tipped this out front. It definitely, the big shot from the point by Megan Shuck, and then it definitely hits something out front. I don't know if Martinson gets a piece of that. She was definitely in position, taking away the sight. I'm going to go ahead and give that one to Kaylee Martinson.
Yeah, and the Rebels, big goal for them, Joe. And like you said, they've been outplayed in period number 2 and 3.
And now a timeout by the Rebels, and a smart one for Coach Jim Coltis. And I think if you're Jim Coltis, first thing is you love to see that goal come that quick once you pulled the keeper, but you don't like to see that much celebration for a goal this late in a game that only cuts the lead and does not even the score.
Yeah, but nonetheless, it's a big goal for Champlin Park. But yeah, I think it did hit. Did it hit Martinson?
Oh, actually,
no.
I think that might have been Amanda Scott on the tip. I'm going to go ahead and go number 37.
Yep.
Amanda Scott with the tip that got by, but, you know, you don't get an official assist for it, but Kaylee Martinson definitely making things happen by getting in front of the net. She's a big body, took away a lot of vision, but a big, huge, gigantic goal for the Champlin Park Rebels. And they'll put Burgoyne back in the nets, at least for now. We'll see now, only down by 1, how long they wait to try and pull that goaltender again.
Well, yeah, minute 46 doesn't seem like a lot, but it is a lot of time left for Champlin Park. They just need that one opportunity.
Back in her own zone is Trapp. Across for Burrell. Pass through the middle, tipped away, and now comes to Schultz. She'll backhand it up the boards. And ahead by Brina. Turnquist plays it into the zone. Trapp able to come away with it. Pressured by Hackett, now looking ahead, and that one skips off the stick as Schwartz sent right back into the zone.
Well, now how big is that Turnquist goal, Joe?
Gigantic.
Yep.
And again, just not able to get possession through center ice. And now we're under a minute remaining. Trapp pressured. Gets it ahead. Schwartz had it sticked away by Brina. Unable to get it in deep. Trapp. Martinson had it skip off of her stick. Schultz off the glass. Turnquist will play it ahead and deep into the zone.
Smart. Just put it in the Rebel zone and let time tick off that clock.
Burrell ahead. Schwartz will skate across the red line.
Here comes the goaltender.
Goaltender is out. Big steal by Hansen, able to get it out of the zone. And now fires from way out. It's wide, but in behind. And Burrell pressured, knocked away by Hackett. Turnquist into pressure. Down to 15 seconds remaining. Martinson recovers. She gets to center with speed. Martinson winds, fires up over the cage and off the glass. And now Schultz able to avoid some pressure, play it back into the corner, and that is going to do it. The Catbirds are going to 3-0.
Yeah, what a great win for the Catbirds here in this situation. They're down to 3-1, down 3-1, totally being outplayed in that first period. It didn't stop them. They came back, they got the one goal in period number 2 to cut it to a goal, and then came out and took control here in period number 3.
Well, and again, it took that big offense. You don't like to win. You love to win one-goal games.
Yes.
You don't necessarily like to win them 5-4.
Right.
You know, there's definitely some things that Coach Nelson is going to look at this week in practice about trying to shore up some things in the defensive zone. And like we talked about, you know, a little bit during this game, especially after that first period, is that a little bit of a slow start in both of the games that we've seen so far.
Right.
For the Spring Lake Park Coon Rapids squad.
You know, you get past that slow start, and the fact that you get the W is important because it shows you what kind of character you have on the team. A team that doesn't give up down by 2 goals, a team that fights, continues and fights till the end, and you have to be impressed with their start, even though, you know, they're giving up the goals, but they're outscoring their opponents.
Yeah, it was Rebels up 3-2 when we started the third period, and Coon Rapids Spring Lake Park able to tie it very early in the third period, less than 2 minutes in. Oh, I guess we're going all the way back to the first. Plenty of highlights to talk about. There are 9 goals to look at. Champlin Park getting the first 2. That one was really pretty. Off the face-off, Annie Lorenzen able to shelf it short side, and then Taylor Turnquist using her speed to get in on the breakaway, scoring on the backhand to cut it to a 2-1 lead. But before the first period was over, the Rebels struck again. Great pass out front by Emily Schwartz, and a redirect by Shuck put the Rebels on top 3-1. In the second period, it was pretty much all Spring Lake Park Coon Rapids. Rebound goal for Lily Hackett made it a 3-2 game. And then in the third, Lily Hackett going to get the tip on the shot by Schultz. That made it 3-3. They add a power play goal by Schultz. This one going off of a defender's skate. And that made it 4-3, gave them their first lead, and this one's just beautiful. This is
Pretty.
patience right here. Brina, nice shot, but look at how much time she took right on the doorstep, waiting for the goalie to come over, overcommit, go down, and then she puts it up top. And then a great deflection out front with just under 2 minutes to play by Amanda Scott. And the big celebration a little too early for Champlin Park, still trailing 5-4 at that point, and that would end up being the final score.
That's what we have upcoming, Joe. You want to talk a little bit about that?
Why not?
We're
going to see more of this Catbird squad at Anoka on Saturday of next week, the 21st, and then it's season opener time for the boys hockey team as they host Anoka on Tuesday, the 24th. We'll see the girls hockey team again on Tuesday, December the 1st. But that's going to do it for this edition of CTN Sports. Again, the final score from the Ice Forum. It's Coon Rapids Spring Lake Park 5, Champlin Park 4. Want to thank everybody out there for joining us, continuing to support everything we do here at CTN. For the entire crew, including Howie Shapiro, I'm Joe Young, saying goodnight.